Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday night. It's Premier League time. It's Friday night takeaways. Me, Billy, regular Chelsea boy. He's going to be on representing his side. We should have Don P in the house a couple of minutes, and we're going to have Mr. Herbert as well. So we're going to be talking United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and we're going to be talking Tottenham Hotspur. Good evening. How we doing, gentlemen?
I'm all good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Don P, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Feeling good.
What's happening, man?
Looking forward to the season.
I can't wait. It seems
good,
I don't watch ladies football, so yeah, I'm just glad that the Prem's back next week. To be fair, I don't classify the Charity Shield as any sort of main game, and I'm not going to be watching it. To be fair, I'm going to be watching the United versus Atletico Bilbao game. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. Let me just say a couple of highs before we go any further. Big T, we see ya. Yeah, have you seen the red card? The Marcelo red card. Yeah, disgusted. Yeah. Here we go. I bet my mortgage Harry Kane leaves Spurs and Spurs win a trophy. That's from Zoe. Matthew Bassett, welcome, man. Evening all. Imagine if Kane left Spurs and imagine if Kane left and Spurs won the Prem. Well, look, we've got Don P here to answer a few of those questions. Jeff, we see ya. If I didn't say good evening, Zoe, we see you as well. Gents, we got a few topics to talk about today, to be fair. We've got Mr. Herbert coming on, our regular Booner. So some subjects we'll probably have to say for him until he jumps on, but he's on another stream. He's whoring himself out on a Friday night, so we'll see what happens. But Billy, Chelsea, another busy week in the transfer market.
Yeah, man. Look, I don't know what it is, but Chelsea seem to be going for the French under-21s team. You know, we got it's nuts, but I'm all for it. You know, that's what the transfer window is here for. I'm just loving it.
You are okay. So look, long paid the spending spree continue then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a tough one with Bowley because I didn't want to be so adamant on like getting him out early and saying that he's muddied the club with his spending and all those sorts of bits, but it's very tough to argue with the spending that he's made. You know, the FFP rules are coming into it. There's a couple things that we're under investigation for, or there's certain things that we may be breaking or breaching. But at the end of the day, it's all about getting the right players in to suit the system. And I think Bowley's sort of just decided to go, you know what, let's just buy everyone. And it's backfired. But yeah, now we're moving on. It looks like we're spending wisely now as well.
So, okay. I mean, yeah, it sounds like you've got a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more organization to your spending. Yeah. Solo, I know you're on your way home, man. Big up, bruv. Big up. Don P. It's been a couple of weeks.
Obviously. Yeah, what's happening?
Nothing, man. Obviously, I know that you're I think you may be one of the more positive Spurs supporters at the moment. So I'm gonna start with you, to be fair.
Yeah.
Spurs.
No, yeah, obviously you say positive Spurs support. I just think I'm just really a realist. I've resigned myself to knowing how basically Tottenham operate. So basically just managing expectations.
Okay. I'm going to ask you something. Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Are you a stayer or are you a goer? First things first, and then
I would like him. I would like him to go. He's been wanting to go for 2 years, and I'd much prefer him to go, providing Munich come up with the 100 mil, and that's fine. We can do that and just reinvest in the rest of the team.
100 mil. So you're still expecting Levy to only go for 100 mil for Harry Kane, although he's only got a year on his contract. He's not going to take anything less than 100 mil, yeah?
Yeah. Well, they've offered 100 mil, but they've offered 100 million euros, not pounds, but we want pounds.
Wow. Okay, so if he stays, obviously it doesn't rock the boat because he hasn't come out and said anything, to be fair. He's just left it quite quiet is what I should say. He's not talking. He's not saying anything.
He's trying to be a politician, isn't he? He's trying to be all friends to all men. So basically, he knew the backlash that he got a couple of years ago when he intimated that he wanted to leave with the Man City stuff. So he's kind of learned his lesson there.
Okay. What's your take from a rival club?
I agree with Solo. So Solo, pardon?
No. I was talking to I've seen you talking about the message from Solo. Yeah, Billy, what's your, obviously a rival club? What's your take on the Tottenham situation at the moment?
It's just a mess. It has been for 2 years with Kane. Like, let's be realistic about this. He's wanted to go. Daniel Levy's been saying no. They had some sort of gentleman's agreement, from what I believe the situation was the first time round, when it all came to light that Kane wanted to leave and everything. But I think it's so petty from Daniel Levy, asking for £100 million, not euros. Like, let's be real about this. Kane deserves to leave. Tottenham deserve to have less than 30 goals a season player in their squad. And yeah, everyone else is going to be happy because of it.
Oh, his screen's gone dark again. He'll be back. He'll be back. And I know that wasn't nothing personal there, Billy, to be fair. John P, I wanted to ask you about your about one of your signings, to be fair, but look, I'll wait for you to come back.
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll leave you. I have no idea what you do, but that's fine. From 200 million to 100 million for Harry Kane, Levy must be pulling his hair out. Yeah, well, boy, I don't know, man. And Big T's asking Solo, are you on? You going on What is RuPaul? He's asking, please, somebody beg me, tell me, what have I missed? What is RuPaul?
I swear it's that drag thing, isn't
it? Big T, please let us know if you're right and it is
I swear it's that drag thing. I
mean, look, he's tall enough. He's tall enough. He's over 6 foot. So yeah, those drag queens normally look pretty tall. I'm not sure what Solo's gonna look like in a week, but yeah, look, we'll leave that to it. Done. Your signings this season, obviously, I kind of stay away from other teams' pre-season progress. I don't have the time, to be fair. How's your pre-season going? And 2, you've bought a player you bought a left-footed centre back from the Bundesliga.
Yeah, Mickey van der Ven.
Go on.
He's lightning quick. He's probably the quickest player in the Bundesliga. He's got a clip that's gone viral where he basically made up some ridiculous ground to clear a ball off the line. But yeah, so the positives is he's very quick. He's very he's
6'4".
Well, he's very, very quick. Yeah, he's 6'4". I'll come back to his height in a second. But and he's a ball playing. He's Dutch, so he's a ball playing centre back. Left-sided, so you can play left of the centre backs, or you can actually play as a left back. So he's good ball playing, and so yeah, all of that's all positive. The downside is a couple of years ago, he was playing like level B Dutch football. So he was playing the level B Dutch football, and then he got his move to Wolfsburg. And also, he's 6'4" and he can't header, apparently.
He's probably never had to header. But what I have heard, on another positive note, that they reckon he's going to be the next in line to be partnering Van Dijk as the Dutch centre backs.
Potentially, he's playing for the under-21s at the moment, but
captain of the
under-21s.
Captain of the under-21s, wasn't he? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's 22 now. But we need more than him, though. That's just the start. We need more.
How much players have you bought? You've bought Maddison. You bought this guy.
We got Maddison, Ottoman. We've got Vicario as the goalkeeper, and we re-signed Kulusevski and Porro from last year because they were on loan. So we've made the loans permanent. But it's just the fact of how bad we conceded 63 goals last year. So if we conceded 63 goals, there were only 5 Premiership teams that conceded more goals than us. So our defense, it's that bad. And basically the problem is, even if we get in Mickey van der Ven and he plays alongside Romero, we're one injury away from having Dyer or Sanchez in a side.
So it's looking good, yeah? It's looking good for you at the moment. There's a question from Zoe here. Did Daniel Levy ruin Harry Kane with his no-nonsense attitude on selling players? And why? And what? And why no one goes to sign any Spurs players? And why can't they generate funds for players? That's for you, Don P, obviously.
Yeah. No, because our chairman has unrealistic figures in his minds. It's almost like monopoly money he has in his minds for how much our players are worth. So yes, you're right there, Zoe. Unrealistic with the figures, and but in terms of Kane, though, I think the reason why he's not done well with Kane is obviously he hasn't brought in a team or players that are of the same level or that should be playing the same quality to be playing alongside Kane. He's gone, I think it was under the last couple of years under Pochettino's watch, where he went 2 transfer windows without signing absolutely anyone. The only team in Europe to have done that. And we just often, like, instead of shopping at Harrods, we shop at Lidl. In fact, we don't even need to shop at Harrods. We can just shop at Sainsbury's, but we're shopping at Lidl. That's Levy.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you again. You actually want Harry Kane to go, right? So that you can reinvest the money. Do you trust Postecoglou?
Yeah, but he's not going to have the purse string. It's going to be Levy. And the answer is, do I trust Levy to spend the money wisely? No. But I would prefer him to have the 100 million pounds to squander the money and to spend it badly than to have 0.
I noticed that you emphasize the pounds.
Yes. because Bayern Munich are taking the Michael Dunn. You know what the price is. Everybody knows what the price is. What is the price? What is the price? 100 million pounds. 100 million. 100 million. Just 100 million. Just very, very.
So if he doesn't go, there's no problem with him sitting down, and the club actually losing 100 million pounds. As a fan, you have no problem with that.
No, yes, if we turn down 100 million, but if they offer us 80 million or whatever, then no. 86 million, what it is, is thingy. No, he's worth 100 million. But
he's not worth 100 million. He's got a year left in his contract.
Listen. You had players like Mason Mount, yeah? Mason Mount was in the last year of his contract, yeah? Mason Mount wasn't even in Chelsea's first team, yeah? He's not even in Chelsea's first team. And how much did you lot pay for him? 55 million?
Right, good. As long as...
How much,
no, 50. Get lost. Hey, listen, it's 55. I'm not... He's got impossible add-ons. Yeah, okay. 55, yeah?
How old was Eden Hazard when he left Chelsea? How many years did he have left? Eden Hazard was about 29 or 30 when he left, and he had 1 year left. Exactly the same as, and he's not a forward. and he's not the world, and there is a shortage of strikers in the world. He is worth £100 million to buy Munich if they want him that badly.
See that?
If not, then he stays out the contract, stays out his last year at Tottenham. Now, obviously, this year now being top 5, being Champions League now, it's not top 4 anymore. It's top 5 this year. So it stands to reason you have. If we don't get what he's worth, then he stays at Tottenham. We get top 5. We'll probably get about 40 or 50 mil from him from getting into the Champions League. That's fine. And we'll squabble over the 20 or 30 million that we would have got extra if we had taken an £80 million bid. It's a no-brainer.
I know you had something to say there, Billy.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't think Kane's worth that. I understand your points of shortage of strikers and all that sort of stuff, but let's be real.
So Billy, I'm gonna go again. Yeah, I'm just trying to go back to my PC, but carry on talking.
Yeah. You see that? I start talking, he leaves. It's funny, that, isn't it? It's funny. No, look, at the end of the day, I think Kane isn't worth that 100 mil. If we're speaking age-wise, I think that he's slowing down a bit. I don't see him getting any better. And a transfer value is based off of 3 things. You've got how much is the player worth to the club? How much is the player worth to the other club who's willing to sign him, in this case Bayern Munich, and how much is he actually valued at? And I think overall Tottenham obviously are going to hold him at a high value based off of stuff like him being the best player at the club. We've seen that with Rice at West Ham, 105 million. You think it's a crazy figure for Declan Rice. I personally believe it's overspent, but as a Chelsea fan, I can't speak about overspending. But we move on. And same with Bayern Munich. Are Bayern willing to pay 100 million for Harry Kane, how much did they sign Mane for, if you remember? I can't remember how much they signed him for.
I think it was only like 35 mil, maybe.
Yeah.
35 mil, 40 mil.
30, 40 mil, right? For Mane, who was top wingers in the world. He clearly was wanted at Bayern Munich, but at the end of the day, look how that worked out. And it's all about what the clubs value it at. And with Daniel Levy as well, he's going to overvalue his players massively because that's what he does. He's a clown with it.
Look, the one thing he does get the maximum amount for his players, but I think this Harry Kane situation is going to come back to burn them.
100%.
I think it's going to come back to burn them because even if for him to be staying, look, he's got 6 months. Come January, he can talk to anybody in Europe.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's going to be disruptive or not. I mean, Spurs could be pushing. Spurs could be, a top 3, top 4 place. In which case, then he decides that Postecoglou's system's working and he stays. But I just think it's incredible that Levy wants 100 million and he's not bending. It's incredible.
Do you know what? Look at Brighton with what Brighton are doing with Chelsea with Caicedo. Is Caicedo worth £100 million?
No.
And I tell you what, you say no, but Billy, you started this with that bloody Enzo, with that Enzo signing at 105 mil. I think you lot really, really screwed the central midfielder market with that signing.
Who are the top 3? Exactly. Who are the top 3 strikers in the world?
Haaland,
Mbappe, and
don't do it. Don't you dare say Haaland.
Not a forward.
Don't you dare. I think Osimhen.
Yeah, I say Osimhen. So yeah, Harry Kane's probably 4 or 5.
Osimhen for this one season. Yeah, he's done it for one season. So you're saying that Osimhen,
but he won something with his
Harry Kane.
But he won something with his season. He won something with his.
Gary Neville won a lot of football. Gary Neville won a lot of trophies. Is he the best right back ever?
One of.
Yeah, one off. Yeah, I'd say he's one off. Yeah. Shaw's saying Haaland, Rashford, and Mbappe. No, look, Pete. I will say. I will say that here we go. Zoe's Media House, Haaland, Rashford, and Mbappe. So just from the two that we've got here, understand that we are a Man United channel. So we're gonna have a Rashford on there. You're gonna have to cut that phone stream. We got echo. Hold on.
I'm trying to come out of this.
I'll tell you. I'll do this one, and I'll do this one. There you go.
Yeah, that's
back
better.
in. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh, that's much better. Oh, that's much better.
Yeah.
You look like you're chilling now. It looks like you're chilling now. Shaw's saying here, Rashford walks into.
Seriously.
No, all right. Look, I get your point, and I didn't really want to. I really didn't want to put Kane in there, but okay. To a point, top three. You can say Kane is top three, top four out an argument. But
Okay. So even if you just went for those other strikers, if those other strikers, so Victor Osimhen, how much Napoli saying, was it 130, 150, 140 million? They're saying for him. He's done it in one season. 140 million. You've got Mbappe. How much did the Saudi team bid for them? Is it 200 whatever million? Whatever,
yeah, but that don't count.
Million?
That Saudi money don't count. Saudi money don't count.
Yeah, but he's got 1 year left in his contract. So and Billy, you still didn't tell me about Hazard and his 1 year deal to 1 year left in his contract and the price that he went to, the fee that he went to Madrid.
Bearing in mind, we just come off the.
You can only go by the evidence.
We just come off the back of winning Europa League, winning the European trophy, right? On top of that, Hazard has been, and in my opinion, like. He is. It's tough, but yeah, with Hazard, we did very well.
How much?
Go on.
You did do very well to get the money from Madrid, because basically you saw what happened to him when he's gone to Madrid, and that he's now available. I think he's available now as a free transfer.
Yeah.
And
he's going to retire.
And Kane is a type of player like Sheringham. Where he's not built for, it's not about his speed or his pace. So he's a type of footballer that can go on for many years.
Watching how Kane plays, he does love to drop deep in that though. Are we looking at a potential Wayne Rooney situation where he drops deeper into a number 10 role instead? Or because of his natural finishing, would we stick him more as a Lewandowski who sticks more up front sort of thing?
Is that my reception or is that yours?
What's that? Can't you hear? Is everything all right, yeah? Does that mean no? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Does it mean yes, you can hear us?
I have no idea.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Sweet.
What is that?
Whose reception is it?
Like reception doing what? What reception doing what?
My Wi-Fi and all that's running fine, by the way.
So what's the issue?
It's freezing.
Well, that means it's you then.
Isn't it not buffering on your end?
No,
Is it me?
absolutely fine.
Everybody else is fine.
Yeah. Guys in the chat.
Come back in again.
All right, cool. Well, it seemed to be fine, but yeah, no problem. You can save that because you can save.
No, it's actually okay now. Actually,
yeah, that's what I thought. It seemed fine. See, yeah, you seem fine. You're good. Yeah. Unless it's mine. No, see, mine is fine as well. Look, who knows? Who knows? It's Friday, man. The gremlins are in the house, man. I'm waiting for this Gooner to come on. I'm not sure he's gonna come on, but we'll talk about that part in a minute. Goalkeeper situation. Obviously, Don, I'm not sure if you can give us a little feedback on how your goalie's been playing pre-season and what sort of goalie he is, but obviously at the moment now it seems to be that football's moving in, or football's moving in a way where they want that 12th man to be the 11th man to be their goalkeeper out on field. Man United got Onana, the Chelsea one with Sanchez. It was Sanchez that you lot
So
bought,
just before I answer that,
Yeah.
Mr. B, I will respond to Zoe's question around if Harry Kane was top five in the world, why Real Madrid not bid 100 million pounds for him and they don't have a striker? It's because Real Madrid have only got eyes for one player, and his name begins with M, and he plays for PSG. It's Mbappe. That's why.
Nah,
That's
and
the only
Haaland.
reason why they're not buying it.
Madrid are into Haaland.
No,
well.
but Haaland's not leaving City. Yeah, so they're only they. Haaland might end up going to City in a couple of years, but for now he's on the blue side of town in Manchester. Yeah. But anyway, no. So to answer your question around the keeper, so it's been a bit difficult to assess him because we've only had 2 preseason games.
Okay.
The other one we went to Thailand. There was a monsoon in Thailand, so the game against Leicester got called off. And there was a game we were meant to play Roma, and apparently Roma pulled out of the competition because the hosts weren't paying them the money that they were owed Roma, apparently. So Roma didn't travel. So we only end up playing West Ham and a team of farmers, basically. So far it's difficult to tell. Like, it's difficult. Too early to tell.
Mr. Arsenal, welcome to the channel. We've got 2 people who may well disagree that London is actually red. Don P, do you have an answer to Mr. Arsenal? And of course, Billy, I'm sure you'll have an answer for Mr. Arsenal. Mr. Arsenal, welcome to the agenda, man, and I hope
well
you
done,
hit that
Mr.
like
Arsenal.
and subscribe button.
So well done, Mr. Arsenal. For the first time in 7 years, you finished above us. Has it been 7 years, something like that? The first time you finished above us. Well done,
Billy.
That's my response.
It's a laughable comment. Look at us 3 laughing. It's ridiculous comments. These Arsenal fans are delusional. They have one good season in 20 years, and all of a sudden they're back in it, and London's red. They weren't saying that. Yeah,
when they were finishing 8th.
Yeah, none of that.
Well, you know what? With that, then you know what? We'll go on to this one. We'll talk about the goalie situation afterwards. Obviously, I hope you are still here, Mr. Arsenal. If not, then look, we're going to talk about it anyway. Jesus injury for Arsenal. Their perfect team with their league challenging squad. And now they're shitting themselves that Nketiah is going to have to start the season. Situation with Jesus, and is Nketiah really the guy that's going to lead their title charge?
I think Jesus. I think Arsenal need to be a bit concerned about Jesus because it's the same knee, isn't it, that he had the issue with last year. So maybe Pep knew what he was doing when he got rid of Jesus.
It's a bit cynical.
Nketiah will do it for about 2 minutes. He did it, what was it, last year for about two or three games? And then he just basically all of a sudden couldn't hit a barn for whatever the barn door or whatever the saying is.
You know, I personally, I don't understand this, not hate, but this misunderstanding for Nketiah. Even as a Chelsea fan, I think Nketiah is a baller. I genuinely do. I think that he could play for any of the bottom half teams in the Premier League and start week in, week out for them. I don't see an issue with him playing for West Ham. I don't see him having an issue with any of the bottom 10 sort of team, or the lower half Prem teams. But is he what Arsenal need No. Not if they're looking to challenge the league, which they definitely won't, because you've got the likes of Liverpool, you've got the likes of Chelsea, United. Them lot are going to be knocking on the door of Man City a hell of a lot harder than what Arsenal are ever going to imagine of doing, in my opinion. I said this statement last week and I'll say it again. Liverpool are going to be closer to Man City on points wise than Arsenal are to being top 4 or top 5.
Really?
No, I hear that. I'm not surprised by that. Nketiah, I don't know, 100 grand. It's a lot of money. It's on 100 grand a week. That's the problem now that they've got. So for them to get rid of, like, there's not many bottom half clubs that are going to pay their striker 100 grand a week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing that Arsenal going to have. Billy, you was talking about just now about what was it? Was it league placings?
Yeah.
Do you think Liverpool with their 3 central midfielders being, I mean, they've bought Slobby Lobby, what his name is, and nobody's talking about and nobody's talking about the fact that they spent 70 million on him. McAllister was a good signing. They got him cheap.
35.
And who else have they got in there?
They got that. I know they got that young.
That was it.
Bietic or Bietic.
Oh, he played a few games last season, didn't he?
Yeah,
he played a few games for them last season. I don't think Liverpool are going to be there. I just don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to have the strength.
What about with their forward lineup? Their forward lineup's meant to be.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think.
You go.
I don't know. I think Liverpool. I think Liverpool, if they do their thing, they should. It depends on what they do with right. If they play a proper right back, if they've got a proper right back, then Liverpool might do bits. I could see them finishing above Arsenal.
You can. Hey, Anthony, right on
Sorry
cue, man.
Our show went longer than what we should have went.
Listen,
and
bruv, I keep saying it. It's YouTube, man. There ain't no problem. You've joined right on cue. I'm not sure you knew what we were talking about, but you've jumped right into the Jesus Jesus injury and it. I'm glad you're here, man. Perfect timing. Come, talk to us. Let us know.
Well, Jesus' injury was unfortunate. I think it was going back to obviously the last injury he had. I don't think he was fully recovered. It was just like a little niggle in his knee, and it started from there. Rumor is he's going to be now. He's out now until 6 weeks, so which would take him sometime in September. We've got Balogun there. We've got Eddie Nketiah. I think Eddie Nketiah should piss off, to be honest with you. And we keep Balogun. I think that's the key. If we're not going to get another striker in, we've got to keep Balogun, because what he did last season over in the French league, that's it. That's 100% facts on that one. But regarding this,
just on the Balogun.
Sorry,
I was going to say, Anthony, just on the Balogun, what happened? Yeah. Because I thought he was meant to have been leaving your club. I thought there was meant to have been some deal almost agreed or something.
Yeah, the deal was there was a deal agreed last season, but for some particular reason it didn't get finalised over the ground. So the best thing for Balogun was to go out and make a loan move. Obviously, this season he's come back. There is talks that he could be leaving. I mean, Chelsea has offered 50 million for him. I did read, obviously, Man United were interested in him, but obviously you've got your striker now, so that's not going to be happening. I think there's personal issues between him and Arteta, if I'm honest with you. I don't think they like one another. I don't think they get on. It sounds like Arteta, whether Balogun stays or whether he goes, I don't think Arteta's that worried. If he's gone, he's gone. But I feel that we need a striker in. We've got to have a striker in. But when I'm actually saying a striker, I'm thinking a striker that we can pick over Jesus as well. A top quality striker, someone that can score us 20 goals a season.
Do you think? Sorry, just quickly. Do you think the Cronkies are going to pay out for that? You know, you're paying 100 mil for Rice, then 70 on Havertz. You think you're going to spend another 50 to 100 on a striker as well?
I think anywhere between 50 to 70 million on a striker. We spent 105 million on Declan Rice, but that's 105 million over 2 seasons. Because we basically what we've done there is we've paid 52.5 million for him this season, and we're paying the other 52.5 million next season for Rice. So it's over 2 seasons. But I feel he's been backed. There's no question about it. Arteta's been backed by the Cronkies. So yeah, if it means if they got to spend extra money to bring in a striker to get bring in a striker to be a good team and challenge for this Premier League this season, they've got to do it because Eddie Nketiah is not the man. I'm sorry, he's not the man. I'm willing to jump. I'm willing to turn around and say, "Come on, Eddie, jump on me back. I'm going to escort you to Palace." I seriously, I would do it. That's how much I don't rate the guy.
I was the opposite end. You missed it.
Yeah, he said he loves him. He thinks he's a baller.
Bill, you said that to me last week, and I cringed. I cringed, and the chat we was having after the show as well. So
yeah. About an hour and a half.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Okay, the birds was like cheaping. It was daylight breaking for him.
Mr. Arsenal saying on here, we're forgetting you. Well, not we. We're forgetting to talk about Trossard. Would Trossard be an option up front instead of Nketiah?
You know, we just discussed this on my show, and I think Trossard could. I think Trossard could be. You know, I mean, when we first signed him, and funny enough, that Jesus was actually injured, and he was playing well. Trossard, you know, he was getting involved in play quicker. His momentum was picking up. He was scoring goals, and then suddenly Arteta just drops him like that, and we were a bit disappointed as fans, thinking, "Well, hang on, why's Arteta done this?" But if there's anybody he could play up front, it would be Trossard, and also with Balogun as well. That's the only player. That's the only two they could play up front, really. But then again, if Trossard gets injured, and then
I think
go.
I was going to say the player I think you should play up front would be Martinelli.
Yeah, but we can do. He has played up there before. But that means if we
I think
play
if
Martinelli
you
up
played
front,
Martinelli up front,
Trossard on the left, that we could do that. You know, there is options.
yeah.
I mean, I've ever replaced Jesus with a goal scorer, to be honest with you. And Eddie Nketiah is not that. He's not a goal scorer. Balogun, I know he played in the French league. Could he do it in the Premier League? I think he can, but he's got to be given game time. But it's like what I said, it most probably be Trossard and Martinelli up front. I think that would be the best call because you still got players there on the pitch that are capable of scoring goals with Martinelli, Saka and Odegaard, and Trossard could pop up and get a few goals as well. So, you know, this is good attack. We've still got a philosophy there and, you know, a good attacking style and players obviously to get our goals. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it, but Eddie Nketiah, no.
You're forgetting about one man, Anthony. Even the chat, I haven't seen one man's name, and that one man has scored in a Champions League final to win the Champions League.
Havertz. Well, you know what? I was just about to come on to Havertz. I don't think they're going to play him up front. He'll be in the middle of midfield somewhere. He'll be sort of hanging around in that box. He'd be like a poacher sort of thing, you know, getting the tappings. That was what he really did it over in Germany. But I think I've said it before on this stream. I think there's a player in Havertz. I really do. I don't think we've seen the best of him in the Premier League. I really don't.
We have.
And no, I don't think we have. And I got friends that's Chelsea, and he keeps saying thank you for the 65 million. I think I want to get to that stage where it's like, nah, thank you for Havertz. But he's got but he hasn't been playing that. He hasn't been playing that bad in the friendlies, has he? He hasn't been playing that.
Go on.
So what does Havertz have to do to convince both of you either way? Anthony, obviously, that he wasn't a flop, and you believe that he is a flop. What figures are we talking here? 10 goals, 5 assists? What? Because I'll be honest, he's gonna have, for that price, he's gonna have to be, I'm gonna say, at least 25 goal involvements for the season for that price.
I know what you're saying, Mr. B, but the trouble is though, it's like you look at the players and the prices today. Some of them score average between 12 to 15 goals, and you still got to fork out like the 80 million, the 85 millions for them. I mean, years ago, when a player scored that, when a player scored that years ago, you could pick up a player like that for like 10 million. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but now it's obviously the times have changed. But I mean, for 65 million with Havertz, I'll be happy anywhere between 12 and 15 goals, and and a few assists. I'll be happy with that.
Don P, I take it you're on a slight delay. Go on.
Yeah. No, just pick up on that point that Anthony mentioned. Mr. B, we're talking about how much forwards are worth. How much did you just pay for your forward? How many goals did he score last year?
Okay, so is this where we're going? And this wasn't even part of the topic. Okay, let's fine. Yes, we have.
But we're talking about.
We have. I have no problem.
About strikers and their worth and their value.
Yeah, 65 million we've spent on him. Go on.
How much did you pay for your striker?
65 million.
Oh, how much?
65 million.
No,
that's not the figure. I heard 72 million.
Right. Yes. So see, and this is the problem, and this is the problem that people have. That is his price if he hits all of the targets. When it's a Man United figure, it's always the maximum. It's the add-ons, it's the blah blah blahs. Yeah, they talk about Bellingham. Bellingham was bought 115. Bellingham's contract is. Oh, Bellingham was bought for 95 million because he's got 20 million add-ons. When it comes to Man United, Ahmad, bang, straight away, 35 million. We didn't spend 35 million on Ahmad. We spent 20 million on Ahmad and we've got 15 in add-ons, but that's what people do. So, as you're uneducated, no, we didn't spend 75 million or 74 million. It's 64 plus add-ons. That takes it to 72 million. And yes, we needed a striker. He scored 9 goals.
How many goals did he score last year?
I guarantee you, he scored 9. He scored 9. And he scored 6 and 6. No problem. We've overpaid. But what I will guarantee you is this. He scores more goals than Richarlison scores this season. For the striker that we've bought, the player who
more goals than
has been on, he scores more goals than Richarlison this season. No problem at all. He'll outscore Havertz, but Havertz is obviously playing a different position. So maybe that's not a conversation that I can have with you, Anthony. But he fits the profile of striker that Ten Hag needed. We needed somebody with pace who will run both channels. He does that. He's young, yes, granted, and he's raw, but his potential is limitless. So yes, we probably have overpaid, but it's not as bad as the Woodward era where we would have gone in and paid £100 million for him. So yeah, we needed a striker, and we've got a striker. You were talking about the striker market, there being no strikers. The problem with Man United is we always wait. Caicedo we could have got for £6 million 2 years ago. 6 million. Yeah, 6 million before he went to Brighton, and we didn't. So this is the problem that we have. So Ten Hag's identified somebody that plays in a system or works the way that he does. So I have no problem. We needed a striker and we bought the striker. We've been on him for, I said, it's only come to Sky Sky knowledge recently, but we've been on him since the end of May. You know what I mean? So it's there's been work in progress. So yeah, look, we bought him. We might have slightly overpaid, but as I said, he's gonna come up with the goods 100%.
Do you just quickly? Sorry, I just want to touch on this bit.
So,
Chelsea signed Nicholas Jackson for 32 million, right? He got 12. Well, he got. I think it may have been 20 goal contributions, but he got 12 goals last season in the Liga. He's already got 5 goal contributions in 119 minutes of football. That would you class that as value for money?
That sounds like very good value for money. But then would you classify Mudryk at 100 million for value for money?
No,
100%.
No,
mate. We've got the Ukrainian Messi basically on a free. He's going to be worth 400 next season.
But it's just reinforcing the point, because basically, Anthony, you weren't really here, but before you started, Billy was trying to build on the narrative that's been going on social media for some people, saying how on this occasion I do side with Levy, saying that that Harry Kane's not worth 100, and I'm saying that Harry Kane scored 30 goals, not just 30, he got 30 goals in the Premiership alone. If Haaland wasn't in the Premiership, he would have been Golden Boot. Everybody would have been going on about Kane's goal, and he's guaranteed. No matter which team Harry Kane goes for, he's guaranteed to score 25 plus goals. Guaranteed.
P, you lost the argument when you said you agreed with Levy. That's when you lost the argument.
I could try and say this, that with Harry Kane, if he does go, he is going to Bayern Munich. That's the only team that he most probably go to if he leaves.
I hope he goes.
Yeah, and
I hope he goes.
I'll be honest with you, he would be when he goes there and he starts winning trophies, he'd be a world-class player. He's a very good player now, but he's not there. He's not world-class at the minute, and the reason being is because he hasn't won trophies. I know you won a trophy last week. What was it called?
Sorry.
I seen a video of it. Have you seen the video of it? The Arsenal fan pronouncing it. It was a long ass. It was like a sentence. What the trophy was called. I've never heard of it, but but fair play for winning that trophy. Because in all Tottenham, in all fairness, the last time you won something was it 2008? You in the final. Carabao Cup or the League Cup, it was called back then.
The Audi Cup. The Audi Cup.
Yeah. And I mean, that's so many bloody years ago now. I mean, God, if anybody was born in that year, their bloody hair would be grey now or fall out, one of the two. That's how long it was since Tottenham won a league. A trophy. But I'm not taking the mick, it may sound like I am, but I'm not. But all I'm saying is, with Harry Kane, he'd be a better player. He'd be a world-class player. Because
so what makes him world-class? Because he's got to win trophies.
He's got to win trophies.
So, hold on. So he's not world-class. He scored 30 goals. He scored 30 goals a season for the last 5 years, and he's not world-class. Because he hasn't won nothing.
He's a legend. He's a legend at Tottenham. What
about England? What about England? Forget about Tottenham. What about England?
He's a quality player.
Riot. Do not talk about England.
He's a quality player. But if we're going up to that extent as a world-class player, you've got to look back and see what he's won. He hasn't won anything.
Is he a world-class finisher? Is he a world-class finisher?
Anthony, it depends how you define world-class, yeah? It defines how you play. To my mind, when I thought of world-class, I always thought of world-class as a player that can basically get into basically any world team.
Top team
in terms of 11, it'll be an argument for you putting him in that team.
Yeah.
And to my mind, if you're picking two strikers, there is a big shout for him being one of the strikers in any team. That's why I think he's world class.
I don't know. No, if he wins trophies, he's world class. He's a very, very good player. Very good player. But to be world class, you've got to win trophies. Let's have a look at this. He's played up front in a position. You got your Messis, you got your Ronaldos, you got your Benzemas. Thierry Henry's. Your Bergkamp. Even though you've
Can I just say something, Anthony?
Yeah,
Anthony. Let me just finish this point. Then he goes to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
If he goes to Bayern Munich, yeah. He wins the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich. So now all of a sudden he's world class.
Yeah.
Because he's won the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich.
He's won trophies. A world class player wins trophies. A world class player wins trophies. I said this for a long time. World class players win trophies. If you score 100 goals for your team as a striker, 100 goals or more, you're a legend at that club. You're a legend. World-class players, and I'm talking world-class players, has got to win trophies. Harry Kane has won nothing. He's won nothing, Harry Kane.
Have you got any world-class players? All right, so on that premise...
Yeah, ask him that. That's a good question. That's a good question, Mr. B.
There's no world-class players at Arsenal.
Not at the minute, no.
There was a silence.
No, not at the minute, no.
Because I could say straight away, Man United, we got world-class players at Man United.
But Mr. B, you had a better season than us last season. We finished second.
Are you saying?
We won nothing.
Are you actually going to say? Yeah.
Anthony, I'd like a repeat of that comment.
Thank you. Please repeat that with a straight face.
Right. Arsenal finished second last season, right? Man United finished third, but Man United won a trophy. Arsenal didn't. Man United had a better season last season than what Arsenal did. You was in the final of an FA Cup as well. You had a chance of winning Ten Hag's first season in charge.
A domestic
top 3 finish and 2 domestic trophies. If you would have won that FA Cup, that would have been brilliant for Ten Hag. I've always said that to Man United fans. That would have been absolutely brilliant. But listen, you got yourself a cup, you got yourself a trophy last season, right? And also, you finished in the Champions League place. What's the point of finishing second? You've bottled the league, because that's what it was. You bottled the league, right? And also, that's what we've done. We bottled it. So Arteta has got up his A game for next season. I want the Premier League for Arsenal next season. If he doesn't win a Premier League or any trophy next season, Arteta, I think he should be gone. Because it's 5 years at the end of the season, he's been at Arsenal, right? 1 trophy. I'm not counting the Community Shield as a trophy. 1 trophy in 5 years. Come on, this is Arsenal Football Club we're talking about. Years ago, that would have been dire. It's dire now.
You say years ago, you mean
we got rid of the best manager before Bloody Arteta, in my opinion. Unai Emery.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of Arsenal man saying that. But can I just say something to you? Did you see what Mr. T said then about Neil from the In-Betweeners? Is he world class? Neil from the In-Betweeners.
Neil from the In-Betweeners?
Kai Havertz. Yes. Kai Havertz.
No. Well, he did win him. He did win him the Chelsea, the Champions League.
Champions League. So is he world class then?
He did win him the Champions League, but listen. I don't think he is. I don't think he is world class because you even though he's a good player, he's won Chelsea the Champions League in that final. He scored in that final, but he's been playing piss poor at Chelsea because Chelsea last season were shit. Let's be honest. And also as well, look at the managers they had, the managers he played under. Frank Lampard originally signed him when Frank Lampard was the manager years ago. He's played under 4 different managers. And the last one being Frank Lampard towards the end of last season, none of these managers couldn't get nothing out of him. Seriously, think about it. He couldn't get nothing out of him at all.
And you spent £65 million on him now, and he's world class. So Harry Kane is not world class because he scored 250 goals.
But Kai Havertz is.
But Kai Havertz is because he scored 1 goal in the Champions League.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, Kai Havertz, the goal he scored in the Champions League, he won Chelsea the Champions League final. He's got more under his belt than what Kane has. He's won a Champions League. Harry Kane hasn't won nothing. I'm not saying Harry Kane's crap. Harry Kane is a good player. He's a quality player. He's a Tottenham legend. I have said this. But what I'm trying to say is, where he was hanging around at Tottenham, where he's hanging around at Tottenham, all that time, like the last 2, I think he's wasted his. I reckon the last 3 seasons, Harry Kane has wasted his career staying at Tottenham.
Sorry, with T's comment, he's just said so. Havertz is ex-world class.
No, I didn't say ex-world class. what I'm saying is, if he leaves Harry Kane and starts winning trophies, he got more under his belt now. Trophies is more important than staying in the Premier League, not winning any trophies, and wanting to hang around and break Alan Shearer's record. What's the point in that? Win trophies. You've got the standard to win trophies and be better yourself. That's what all I'm saying about Harry Kane.
So, Anthony, what would you class as like a world-class player? Because like by P's definition, and the same as mine in fairness, my definition of world-class is a player who can get into any of the top clubs in the world and there's a conversation to start or be that main player in that
let's
thing.
Be honest. Last season, bloody hell, any Burnley player could have stepped into Chelsea. Let's be honest, right? That's what it is.
you can deflect it. You know you're fighting the wrong when you deflect it.
No, but any world-class player could walk in any team. Yeah, that's
okay, right. So the argument is Harry Kane walks into every team in the Premier League bar one, Man City. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree that he can walk in any team in the Premier League. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he can.
Now, any team in France, does he walk into any team in France?
Yeah, he can walk into any team in France. I mean, PSG would be the best one that he's going to that he'll go to.
Okay, so that's 2. We're then looking at Spain now. Real Madrid actually don't have a striker.
No.
I think you're underrating the signing of Joselu, by the way. Sorry.
Joselu, who the bloody hell is that the old guy?
Yeah, Real Madrid signed him.
Yeah, listen, man, he's old, bruv. They may as well have signed me and shaved my beard. He's gonna be pathetic. He ain't doing nothing.
He used to play for Villarreal as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Madrid signed him.
Yeah.
Right. So sorry, Anthony. So that's one team out of 2 countries.
So he gets into Madrid's team. So do you think Kane gets into Madrid's team?
Harry Kane could walk into that Real Madrid team and win a trophy.
So your argument is flawed then, bro, because he walks into any team.
No, it's not because Real Madrid. He could walk into any team, but he don't want to walk into any team. He wants to walk into a top quality team where he's going to score goals and win trophies. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's not his fault that the rest of Tottenham is shit.
Then fucking
he scored all of those.
He had that option 2 or 3 years ago.
That's not the argument that we're having. That's not the. We're talking about Harry Kane walking into.
That's what I'm saying. Harry Kane should have left 2 or 3 years ago, and within those 2 or 3 seasons, he left Tottenham because listen, we all heard it on the news. We heard it on Sky Sports News. He wanted to go, but in the last minute, he decided to stay, which was fair enough. That's up to him. But what I'm saying is, if he would have left and went to a better team to better himself to win trophies, he would have been more of a player doing that than staying at Tottenham, which in my opinion, that would have made him world class.
So, Anthony, just a quick
question. We've got to the heart of the matter. Anthony, go on, Billy.
I was just going to quickly say, right, it's what I just want to know Anthony's definition of a world-class player. What? Because, like I said, mine is a player who can walk into any top team in not only Europe, anywhere in the world. So, Anthony? What's your definition of a world-class player?
Same as what you said. Same as what you said. But if he does, he can. Harry Kane he's got the ability to do that, but he must deliver and win trophies because a top quality player. This is what I keep saying. A world class player wins trophies. End of.
Can we just Boxer's got a question. Wenger has 0 Champions League. Di Matteo has 1 Champions League.
Box, you baller.
Who's the better manager?
But then again, you're on about something else, Box. That's a player. That's a player. That's a manager. It's totally two different things. That unfortunately, you're talking to a gooner here. You know, that's the way it is.
Zoe,
I mean,
sorry, go on, carry on. I'll get into the next comment after. Sorry, carry on.
But then again, why didn't Chelsea? If Di Matteo did win the Champions League with Chelsea, why didn't Chelsea keep him on after that? Because that mind baffled me.
Because Abramovich is a ruthless son of a gun from Russia, and I think where a lot of owners will see a manager performing well and winning stuff, they'll encourage them to carry on. Whereas I think Abramovich was a lot more reserved in the sense of once a manager succeeded, he was more than happy to go, okay, you've done well here, leave, let's get someone else to win another trophy, or let's get someone else to do the next thing. And I think Chelsea have definitely gone about it a different way than other clubs, but it worked.
To a certain extent, that's true. That comment there. He's all about himself because he wants to break Alan Shearer's record. He finds it better to break Alan Shearer's record.
But he doesn't know because he's willing to go to Germany. But this is the point. He's willing to go to Germany. So how is it about himself?
This is what he was on about when it was 2 or 3 seasons ago. It was all about himself. He was more interested knowing that he can most probably break Alan Shearer's record in the Premier League and go into a World Cup quality team to win.
So why is he going to Germany then?
So why is he going to Germany?
Exactly. He needs to go. What did I say at the beginning? He needs to go to Bayern Munich. He needs to go to Bayern Munich to play and win trophies. That's what he needs to do in his career.
To become world class.
He's always 30, Harry Kane.
World
he needs
class.
to win trophies. He needs to win trophies.
So if he stayed at Spurs and Spurs won the FA Cup next season, does that make him world class? Does that make him world class?
Fucking hell. I tell you what, the more if he stayed at Spurs, I'm going to tell you something now. I've got someone, they'd be lucky to win this fucking fork, right? If he went to Spurs, right? That's true.
Anthony, I tell you, we've been talking on this subject for about 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I still don't get your logic. I just don't get you. If there's anybody in the chat, please. Is it me? It's late on a Friday. I understand we're going to be closing up the show real soon because I know we missed the whole topic. But look, that's just the madness of the Friday night. That's just your madness of the agenda. Am I the only one? Look, we're all here. Don P looks puzzled. Billy looks puzzled. I'm puzzled. You've spoken, but it just seems like it still doesn't make any sense.
What it seemed like, it seemed like the Tottenham, the name Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, has somehow clouded your judgment around this one individual player. I think that's what I think it is. I think that's really come to the heart of it. I think if he played for any other team, I think you'd probably give him that title and give him that credit of being a World Cup. But I think there's something in you.
I just feel at the minute with the desire what Harry Kane does and what he does for Tottenham Hotspur, he can benefit playing the same and scoring the same goals for a better team to win trophies. That's all I'm saying.
You just quickly about the subject of it all being about him. DK Wilson said it, and I was thinking it when you first made the comment. I don't think he's a selfish player. I think he's a talented player who has a natural finish or a natural. He's a natural finisher. Sorry, but the way he drops deep and receives the ball and lays it off, and ends up assisted. Do you know what I mean? He was Tottenham's top assister. But I might be mistaken. I'm not 100% clued up on the Tottenham facts because I don't really pay attention to Tottenham. But I swear Harry Kane was top assister and top goal scorer at one point and whatnot. So
he was 2 seasons ago. You were correct. 2 seasons ago. Yeah. 2 seasons ago. When Son got golden boot.
Yeah. So to call him a selfish player I would say, is very strange.
One thing before I cut off. UK strange. Harry Kane isn't coming to Man United, so why is he up? He shouldn't be up for discussion. It's the takeaway. It's a mix. It's a full Premier League roundup. It's a full Premier League show, so that's why he's up for discussion. Yes, I do know that the guy will be signing. He's signed already, and he will be paraded tomorrow. I would have rather he was paraded in the week and he was out there playing tomorrow or Sunday. So that's why we're discussing. That's why we're discussing the Harry Kane topic there. And he's saying, look, he should join the Saudi League. Well, look, if he joins the Saudi League, he's still going to be able to play in the Premier League because it doesn't look like what's his name's put any kibosh on Henderson of going over there and playing. But we've hit an hour and 7 minutes, guys. It's time to shut down. Don P, thank you so much. Billy, as always, man.
I know you're saying goodbye. Can we please just get this Zoe's comment? I don't think she watches football enough to understand.
Which one?
Which one? Son is the one that carries Spurs on his back for the. Have I missed 4 or 5 years of Premier League? Have I been away? Have I been under am I missing? Wasn't Son the one that was missing this season, just gone? And Kane was the one who stepped up.
Don P? You could answer that.
Yeah. But can I just say something? Mr. B, about Zoe, yeah? I love Zoe's comments, yeah? Even though she writes things that I don't agree with, but I still love her. When are you gonna I would love for Zoe to be on this show, and I'd love for you, Zoe, to be one of the panelists. I would really welcome that.
Why is that? Why is that? Because she winds you up about.
I love her comments. She
This is the beauty of our agenda rights. These are our regulars. These are our, what's the word I'm looking for? This is our army of soldiers, man. People can't come on here and disrespect Man United, and they definitely can't come on here and diss the agenda. So yeah, they will put you lot in a corner, and the more that you lot come on, the more corners you're gonna be put in. So it's lovely.
I hear in defense, Zoe, though, Son has been voted Tottenham Player of the Year for 3 of the last 4 years. So apart from last year, he was voted Player of the Year. So I can hear where you're coming from a bit. And also, I'd like to say, Mr. B, can you always have Anthony on the show as well? Anthony, you are the funniest guy I've met some Arsenal supporters, but you have got to take the trophy, Anthony.
I want a trophy this season. I think it was coming on the back end of my last stream. I think I was getting a bit annoyed.
You know what, Anthony? I cannot wait because listen. Look, if you lot don't know, you lot have been on seen this already. Anthony's going to be here with me. Every week he's going to be here. I'm hoping Billy's going to be here.
Brilliant, Anthony.
I'm hoping Don P's going to be here. So guess what? You'll get used to their ins and their outs. And you know what? This is the beauty of the takeaway. It's a Premier League one, so we keep everything going. But I am going to stop the stream now because it is time to go. Guys, if you are still here, please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button.
You could have gone on another 20 minutes about Harry Kane if you want.
No, we're done. So we already missed the whole topic out. But look, I have no problem with that. That will come up. Anthony, thank you very much for joining me. Don P, as always, thank you very much. Billy, thank you very much, man. Guys, I know it's late on a Friday. I say it every week. You don't have to be here, but I'm glad that you are. This was the agenda. This was the takeaway. We will see you on Sunday for a watch along and reaction show at some stage, guys. Thanks for watching. We're out.